Alright, what's good YouTube? It's Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the Red Rock Casino here in Summerlin, Las Vegas, where we're going to Leoncito, a new Mexican restaurant that just opened this week. Super excited to check it out. Let's head on inside. Alright everyone, here we are seated at Leoncito at the Red Rock Casinos. This is a gorgeous restaurant. Definitely has a beautiful Mexican theme here, but very modern as well. It's upscale yet inviting. Super dim lighting sets the mood. It's a really cool atmosphere in here. Now Leoncito just opened this week here at the Red Rock Casino, and I'm really excited to check out what they've got to eat. Let's take a look at the menu, starting with the drinks. Now here is your cocktail menu in Leoncito. Let's go ahead and take a look. Feel free to take a pause in the video if you would like to take a closer look at these drinks. We have frozen as well as signature cocktails here. This is all looking really good. A flight of carajillos. I actually don't know what that is. That looks good as well. Here's the specialty for the day, the torch tequila soaked pineapple. That sounds really, really good. And we have some margaritas here as well. Here are your wines, your whites up top, as well as your reds and beers down here. Looks like some non-alcoholic beverages as well, things like horchata. That looks really good. Yeah, very nice. Now the torch tequila pineapple really stood out to me, so I'm gonna go and get that order in because it does take 15 minutes for it to come out. And in the meantime, let's take a look at what they've got to eat on the rest of the menu. All right, and here is the dinner menu. Starting off with the appetizers, all of your small plates here. Looks like a watermelon tostada. That sounds interesting. Some salads down here. You've got your plates here. Looks like some shrimp and mole poblano. Enchiladas. Ooh, I love enchiladas. And then here are your large platters. Oh, a bone-in ribeye al pastor. That sounds amazing. Here are your tacos. Looks like they have 7 different tacos to choose from. I don't know if I'm gonna get all of them today. Maybe I'll get all of them today. And then here are your sides as well as the desserts. A really good looking menu here. All right, now that is a really good looking menu there. A lot of interesting choices that I'm looking forward to trying out today. And you know how it goes in my videos. Every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay. So let's get that order in, and together we're gonna discover what this restaurant's all about. Appetizers are coming up first. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, now unfortunately it looks like they're out of that tequila soaked pineapple, so I'm gonna go and just get some more chata today. In the meantime, our chips and salsa have arrived. Let me go and give you a view. Nice bowl of chips here along with some salsa verde and salsa roja. And this is a really nice way to start the meal while we're waiting on the rest of the appetizers. Let's go and give them a try. Good looking chips here. We're gonna try them straight up first. Yeah, not bad. Great crunch to these tortilla chips, and a good salt level as well. I will say the corn flavor is slightly muted, but as long as they're a solid vessel for the salsa, that's all I want out of them. Let's go and try those up next. First up, the salsa roja. Go ahead and get a little dip here. And let's go ahead and give the salsa roja a try. You know, not bad. Now the salsa roja here is not very spicy at all. It's very mild. In fact, it almost leans sweet. It is well seasoned. You do get some nice flavors there, and there's a hint of acidity as well. Now personally, I prefer more spice in my salsa, so let's see if the salsa verde brings that heat. Let's go ahead and give it a little dip here. And we give that a try. Oh yeah, salsa verde is the way here. Definitely more heat than that salsa roja, and you actually get a really nice deep chili flavor here, giving just the right amount of heat that I'm appreciating a lot. Like the salsa roja, this is a well-seasoned salsa as well, but way more flavorful. There's so much more happening with the salsa verde. Pretty good way to start the meal. I like the chips and salsa. All right, everyone, now our appetizer round is here, and this is looking pretty interesting. Let me give you a view. Now, unfortunately, they were out of the queso fundido tonight, which I really wanted to try, but we did get their guacamole and chips, and we also got their watermelon tostadas. This is definitely interesting. Let's go ahead and give it a try. All right, first up, the watermelon tostada. Now, this is a pretty interesting appetizer. You get 3 tostada chip-sized tostadas. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, that actually tastes really good. You get that nice crunch of the tostada chip right up front, which then gives way to that ultra smooth watermelon. The watermelon actually has a very interesting texture. It's very akin to like sushi salmon. There's a salsa providing a little bit of bite here. There's some freshness coming from the cilantro and a really nice richness coming from the avocado crema. It starts a little bit salty and then it gets really tangy in the center, and then it's actually very rich and cool on the way out. I actually do really like the flavor of this appetizer. Now that said, I kind of wish there was about triple the serving size. 3 bite-sized tostadas, while very flavorful, is just not enough for me to want to get this as an appetizer again. But I will say flavor-wise, it is very good. Alrighty, and next up, let's try their guacamole. Looks like some Oaxacan cheese as well as some pickled onions on top. Let's go ahead and get some on the chip here, and we'll give it a try. You know what, that's not bad. It does have a nice creamy texture. It's very rich. It is well seasoned, although I personally prefer a little of additional lime here. And interestingly, it's not all that spicy up front, but the aftertaste leaves a really nice little burn. You know, that's a fine guacamole. I don't have any serious complaints. Alright everyone, and that's all of the appetizers. A very nice way to start off the meal with those chips and salsa. The watermelon tostada, while I will say portion-wise I would prefer a lot more, it was really, really tasty. We're going to go ahead and continue munching on this, and we'll catch you in a little bit when our first round of entrees arrive. Alright everyone, our first round of tacos have appeared. This is looking really good. Let me give you a view. We got the birria tacos as well as the chicken tinga. These are carnitas tacos as well as their beef barbacoa, all on top of homemade blue corn tortilla shells. This is looking really, really good. Let's give it a try. Alrighty, first up we're gonna go ahead and try the beef birria taco. We're gonna go ahead and dip it into the consomme. And I love beef birria tacos. I'm super excited for this one. Oh yeah, you know what, that's not bad. The blue corn tortillas here have a really nice texture. They're not exactly gummy, but they're very soft. They certainly have that nice maize flavor. There's a really nice richness coming from the cheese here. And the beef birria, while very nice, I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had. The beef, while seasoned, I wouldn't say it's a super robust flavor. You actually taste much more of the cheese and the corn tortilla than the beef. The consomme though is very nice. Nice spice levels there and a deep, rich flavor. It's not bad at all, but I've certainly had better birria. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and try the carnitas taco. I'm definitely a huge fan of carnitas. I love pork in general. Let's see how these tacos stack up. Oh yeah, you know what? I really like the carnitas here. Nice and tender, you've got some really soft pork meat here. I absolutely love the amount of citrus you can taste in the carnitas. It gives it such a wonderful tang. The habanero salsa that's also applied here is providing a really nice heat, but it's a flavorful heat and not just pure spice. I'm a fan. I actually really like the carnitas tacos here. Alright, next up, the chicken tinga taco. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of chicken tinga. I really love the spices. Let's see how it is here at Leoncito. Unfortunately, that's not exactly my favorite chicken tinga. Unfortunately, the chicken is a little lacking here. While it is soft, I'd say the seasoning is relatively mild. The most flavorful portion of the bite was actually the pickled onions. And there's also a very strong acidic lime hit at the very end of the bite. That does seem a little misplaced. You know, it's unfortunate. I wouldn't say it's my favorite chicken tinga I've had. Alrighty, and the last taco to try from this first round is going to be the beef barbacoa. Really loving the sliced Fresno chilies I see in here. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, I actually really like that beef barbacoa. Beef has been braised perfectly. It's got such a nice soft texture. You actually do get a really nice stewed flavor from the beef. The seasoning on the beef barbacoa is excellent. There's almost a woodsy note, kind of like cinnamon coming from it. And in juxtaposition to the spice of those Fresnos, it all comes together very, very well. I'm a big fan of the beef barbacoa taco. Alright everyone, and that's our first round of tacos. Pretty good so far. I'm definitely a big fan of the carnitas as well as the beef barbacoa. Now my sister and brother-in-law are here to join me for my meal today, so we're going to go ahead and continue working on these tacos, and I'll catch you in a little bit when our second round of tacos arrive. Alright everyone, and our next round of tacos are here, and this is looking really good. Let me give you a view. We have the fish tacos as well as the shrimp tacos, and rounding things out are the chorizo tacos. This is all looking really intriguing. Time to give it a try. Alrighty, first up we're going to try the shrimp taco. Now this taco is different from all the others in that it has a hard taco shell, and I was told it was something more like a shrimp mix. Definitely excited to try this, let's give it a shot. No, that's not bad at all. Absolutely love the crispy taco shell, great crunch there. I actually really like the salsa on top. There's a nice robust flavor there. I think the shrimp filling here is a little muted. While the texture of the shrimp is nice, unfortunately there's not a ton of flavor there. I think texturally I actually like this taco the most. Unfortunately, flavor-wise, I'd say it's just okay. Alrighty, next up we're trying the fish taco. Now I guess I was wrong saying all of the taco shells were soft. You actually have a little bit more of a harder taco shell here. It's actually much more like a tostada. I'm definitely intrigued. Let's give it a shot. You know, I'd say that's just okay. Unfortunately, I'm really not a fan of this tortilla. It almost has the texture of a stale chip. The fish is grilled, and while it actually does have a nice mild flavor, unfortunately there's not a lot of it in the taco. The flavor profile is definitely dominated by the slaw here, though admittedly they're not bad flavors. Texturally, I'm just not a fan of the dish, and I just wish there was a little more of the fish. Alright everyone, and the last taco to try today is going to be the green chorizo. You can see the pickled de-seeded jalapenos on this. I'm definitely expecting a nice little kick. Let's give it a try. You know, yeah, that's pretty good. While there's not a ton of it on the taco, there's actually a nice meatiness to the chorizo here. The chorizo is really well seasoned and it does impart a nice robust flavor. However, the overall flavor profile is definitely dominated by that pickled jalapeno, providing a nice kick and a little tang. It all does come together well, no real complaints for the chorizo taco. Alright everyone, and that does it for all of the tacos here available at Leoncito. Pretty good so far. We're going to go ahead and continue working on this, and we got another round of food coming. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Alright everyone, and our last round of entrees are here, and this is looking incredible. Let me go and give you a view. We got the mole poblano chicken, as well as their beef enchiladas, and we got their bone-in ribeye al pastor. This is all looking so good. I cannot wait to give it a try. Alrighty, first up, I'm gonna try the beef enchilada verde. Beautiful green sauce on this. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, you know what? That's not bad. I believe they're using the same beef from the beef barbacoa, so it's got a really nice robust flavor there. Well seasoned, and it's really tender for the bite. There's a really nice richness coming from the sauce. It's salty, slightly spicy, with a lot of nice acidity, and the tortilla is holding it all together very nicely. No serious complaints, I like the beef enchiladas here. Alrighty, next up we're going to try the mole poblano. Now this is half of a roasted chicken served alongside mole sauce, as well as some Spanish rice. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's nice. The chicken is very well cooked here, no dryness at all. It's moist and it's really tender. The mole sauce is tasty as well. It's a slightly bitter savoriness that you're expecting from a mole sauce, but you also get a nice bit of nuttiness coming from the sesame seeds. And there's a really nice citrus hit coming from the lime crema applied here as well. I'm a fan, I like the mole poblano here. And let's go ahead and try the accompanying rice. Beautiful orange color to this. Let's see how it tastes. You know, I'd say that rice is just okay. There is a nice cook to it. It's not gummy at all. It's got a nice chew. It's less seasoned than Spanish rice I'm typically used to. You don't really get too much spice or much sweetness from a tomato base. It honestly just kind of tastes like very mildly seasoned rice. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't say it's the best Spanish rice I've ever had. Alright folks, and next up we're going to go in on the bone-in ribeye al pastor. Now I asked for this prepared medium rare. Unfortunately it looks a little closer to medium well to me, but that could also be the lighting in here. Ultimately it just matters how it tastes, so let's give it a try. Definitely got some mixed feelings on this one. The meat is actually very tasty, well seasoned, although I wouldn't say I really necessarily taste the influence of al pastor. It is a very good ribeye flavor in general. Unfortunately, the texture is a little muddied by the fact that it is more done than I would prefer. It's a little tougher than a ribeye like this should be. I'm definitely missing that mid-rare tenderness. But it's certainly not bad. I think if this had actually come out mid-rare, it would have been a really great steak. Alright, and next up, the accompanying bone marrow. Looks very rich. Let's give it a try. Yeah, you know what, that's pretty good. You definitely get that nice rich butteriness of the bone marrow, though you only get a bit of that beefy flavor. A large portion of flavor profile is filled out by that pico de gallo, just a little light heat coming from that salsa. But it is nicely prepared bone marrow here, nice and buttery. It is a very good texture. No serious complaints when it comes to the bone marrow. Alrighty, next up on the plate is the grilled pineapple. You can actually see the nice char marks on this, and I'm definitely looking forward to some sweetness. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Beautiful acidic sweetness coming from that pineapple, but you can definitely tell a lot of those sugars have been caramelized as well with a tiny bit of a nutty flavor. I'm a fan. I really like the pineapple from this dish. Now the bone-in ribeye is also served alongside some beans, and this is looking pretty good as well. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, those are really great beans. I actually really like the flavor of this bean side. It's very involved. You certainly get the earthiness from the beans, but there's a really nice savory flavor coming from the gravy. There's some ham present here, providing a nice salty hit, and a very low level of spice that's just giving a hint of a kick. It all does come together very well. I really like those beans. Alrighty, last but not least, they did tell me to use all of the ingredients that came with that bone-in ribeye al pastor to make an al pastor taco. Also, as I was getting to more of a center piece, I did see that it was cooked medium rare, so it's mostly that outer piece that was a little tougher than I would want. Let's see how it tastes when it comes to a center piece, especially in this taco. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Firstly, just getting a nice mid-rear piece of that steak elevated this to a whole new level. Really tender in the center now. I actually really like the ribeye. And then when you add in the additional richness coming from the bone marrow and that sweet acidic hit from the pineapple and the earthiness coming from the beans, it actually all come together as a very delicious al pastor taco. This was really good. I liked it a lot. Alright everyone, and that's all of the entrees we're going to be trying today. We're going to take a couple more bites and then pack it all up to go because we're definitely getting full now. But that doesn't mean I haven't left room for dessert, and that's what's coming up next. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Alright everyone, and my dessert is here, and this is looking really good. Let me give you a view. Got an order of their Mexican flan today, and this is topped with some whipped cream as well as some coconut shavings. This is looking good. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, you know, that's very tasty. This is a nice firm eggy custard. It's got a really great texture. The caramel topping is heavily caramelized, giving a really nice nuttiness here. The whipped cream is dense and sweet, while the coconut shavings are giving a nice little accent flavor. The flan isn't overly sweet, which I actually really appreciate. And in general, it's pretty good. I have no real complaints about the flan here. Alright everyone, and that does it for our dinner here at Leoncito at the Red Rock Casino in Las Vegas. Now our dinner came out to roughly $373 before tip today, although not shown in the video was roughly $35 of beverages. Very surprising was how good that watermelon tostada appetizer was, despite how small it is. I really like the carnitas tacos as well as the beef barbacoa, and the ribeye platter, while very expensive, was really tasty. I gotta say overall, we definitely enjoyed our time here. Alright everyone, now this is it. Next week the F1 race will happen and all of the traffic should hopefully dissipate and I'll be able to go back to the strip without losing my mind. That said, I actually did obtain tickets to the F1 race practice night, so this is pretty exciting. Next week I'm going to be bringing you a video unlike one I've ever made before, where I'm going to be checking out the T-Mobile zone next to the Sphere for the F1 race. Now I hope you all enjoy this video, have a great week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.